Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are actually going to learn how we could accept the user input and we could display the data which is entered by the user. So in this tutorial what we are going to do is that we are going to ask the user to enter some value, and when the user enters the value we are going to capture the value and we are going to display that particular value onto the output screen. Now in the previous tutorial we have already created a variable and we have learned how to declare a variable, and in this tutorial we are going to use the same concept of variable in order to store a value, but this time instead of specifying the value we are going to accept the value from the user. So whenever you want to actually accept the value from the user, we are going to need something which is called as a scanner. Now what the scanner does is that it is going to listen to the keyboard actions, or we could say that it is going to capture the user input and it is going to store it into something. So whenever we want to create a scanner, actually scanner is a class which is the inbuilt class, and before using scanner we actually need to create an object of scanner. So whenever we want to create object of something, what we do is that we type in the class name. So the class name of scanner is scanner, so we type scanner, and before typing in scanner or before using scanner we actually need to import scanner. Now whenever we are going to use a class which is outside this main class, we actually need to import it. So in order to import the scanner, I have already typed import java.util.scanner, and basically the scanner is present in the java.util package. So we import it from java.util package by typing import java.util.scanner. So once it is imported, what we do is that in order to create the object of scanner, or in order to create an object of any class, we type the class name which is scanner, then we give the object some name. So let's say we name it as sc, then we type this equals new, and new is a keyword for creating a new object for a class. Then again we specify the class name which is scanner, and within the parentheses we actually specify system.in. So we type system.in, and system.in is basically for accepting the user input, and finally we end the statement by using a semicolon. So if you don't understand what this thing right here is, it is called as creating an object for the class scanner. So as we want to use the methods inside this class, we have created the object of this class right here and we have named the object as sc, and this line of code right here is used in order to create the object of scanner class. So if you find it confusing, then just remember that this is a basic object initialization where we have created the object in order to accept the user input. So once we are done creating the scanner, the next thing which we actually need to do is that we need to ask the user to enter some value. So let's display some text on the screen. So we type system.out.println to display something on the screen, and we actually ask the user to enter some value. So we type enter value of x. Now the user is actually going to enter the value of x, but the thing is that we actually need a variable x so that we could store the value which is given by the user. So in order to do that we actually need to create a variable. So in order to create a variable, as x is going to store the integer value, we type integer, then we give the variable name x, and we end the statement. Now once we have the variable, we actually need to store the value which is entered by the user. So we go right below this line, and as we want to store the value in x, we type x equals, and now actually we want to get the value which is entered by the user. Now as I've earlier mentioned, we are going to use the scanner object to do so. So we type sc, which is the scanner object, and the method which is used for extracting the value entered by the user is going to be nextInt. So in order to specify a method, we give a dot operator, or we give a dot, and then use this method right here which is called as nextInt, which means next integer. So this method right here is going to extract the value which is entered by the user, and then we end the statement by giving a semicolon. Now as we have the value entered by the user into the variable x, now we actually want to check if the entered value is actually stored in the variable x. So in order to display the contents of the x, we type system.out.println, and we simply display the value of x. So once it is done, we are good to go. So we save the code and we run it. So as you could see, it is displaying enter value of x. So let's say we enter the value of x to be 5. So once we enter the value of x to 5, we press enter, and as you could notice, it has displayed the value of 5 right here. So that's how you basically accept the user input in Java. So whenever we want to accept an user input, there are numerous methods, but the simplest method is by using scanner. So basically we have used the scanner and we have created a scanner object. Now if you are confused with objects and objects creation, then it's okay. As a beginner you will have some problem in understanding these things, but as we move along the course, it would be more clear to you what is object initialization. So basically what we have done is that we have created a scanner object right here, and this is the basic line of code which we write when we want to create a scanner object. And this right here is our object, and this is the basic code for creating a variable or declaring a variable. Then we have simply used system.out.println so as to ask the user to enter the value of x. Then we have used x variable in order to store the value entered by the user, and we have used sc.nextInt in order to extract the value, and we have stored it in x. And then finally, in order to check if the value is actually stored in x, we have simply printed out the contents of x. So that's it for this tutorial, and I hope you guys understood how to accept the user input and how to display the user input on the output screen. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.